In this video, we've compiled the most disrespectful moments on Undercover Boss. Without further ado, let's get started. Number 1. Jimbo from Hooters.
Bethany, front and center. We're looking at the hair. Is it styled?
It looks styled to me.
Okay. Makeup, is it on? She looks like a Hollywood starlet.
Yes.
Right? Okay, that's what we're looking for.
Hooters CEO Kobe Brooks posed as a new employee at a branch of his restaurant chain well known for its waitresses. He believed that a restaurant's general manager played an important role and wanted to see how the GM in this particular branch led his team. When he started his job, Kobe met the general manager, Jimbo, who gave him a run-through of how Hooters operated. But things started to go downhill very quickly from there.
Raina? Is that right, Raina?
Compliment her on her lack of nails. My, those are some non-glamorous nails you have.
When I first came in this morning, Jimbo made it very clear that, we are about the Hooters girl.
Hey, why don't you get another tattoo before tomorrow, too, okay?
I don't think he's clear on how the brand should be treated.
Jimbo was disrespectful toward the waitresses, constantly throwing out insults. Later, everything went completely off the rails when Jimbo had to decide which of the girls got to go home early.
You want to go home? You want to leave early today? Cuts are going to be on games. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
What am I supposed to do about school if I have to leave?
You're going to play my reindeer games.
You go to school?
Yes.
Jimbo declared that the girls had to participate in a game to get the opportunity to go home. It only got worse when he revealed the game he wanted them to play.
Are you serious? No. That is not funny. It's not okay.
The first girl that finishes her plate of beans will go home. Go! Oh, get some of that. Brianna, how are they, baby? Oh, they look tasty.
As all of this was happening, Kobe was forced to watch the disturbing scene from the sidelines as he didn't want to blow his cover. At the big reveal, Kobe reprimanded Jimbo, telling him that the way he ran the restaurant was completely against Hooters' philosophy and wasn't acceptable.
The way that you interact with the girls, quite frankly, is inappropriate. You're not giving them the respect that they need. You said all these girls are prima donnas. It's just stereotyping. There's lines that you don't cross.
Surprisingly, Jimbo defended his behavior and told the CEO that he believed he needed to act that way to keep his staff in line.
If I'm too competitive and if I'm too harsh, man, it works. Shame on me if it's a bad thing. And I do have a track record of building sales and
You can build
fostering.
profit all you want. It's all about being respectful. That's the bottom line.
Number 2. Wes from Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. I'm looking for Wes. I'm Pete.
I'm gonna teach you everything you need to know back here. Because when it comes to this, there ain't a damn thing. Okay, but you gotta do exactly as I say.
I want to learn.
Nader Masada, the co-founder, president, and CEO of the restaurant franchise Buffalo Wings and Rings, had been hearing reports about the behavior of one of his employees. He decided to go on the show to see what was going on in that particular branch. At his new undercover job, Nader encountered the kitchen manager, Wes, who immediately started judging and insulting him from the moment they met.
Pete is dressed like a dork. Scumbag, gold chain, the thick nerd glasses. Damn, you're gonna work back here with me. I have to get the lead out of your ass.
The situation only got worse as Nader continued his training under Wes. Wes treated everyone like garbage and made life in the kitchen a living hell.
You look like a pretty lonely guy. You probably should have some pretty good wrist action. Can't be a bitch back here.
No, I'll try not to be. What an ass.
You might be the biggest D-bag in history. Pete is a little bitch.
Later in the day, a new shift started with mostly young kids working. The age of the employee didn't matter to Wes, though, as he treated everyone equally bad.
Wes's behavior is definitely a bad representation of my brand.
Brendan has a mangina.
You always like this?
Are you on crack? Mainly what I get in here. Kids, high school kids. I'm an ass, I'm a kid, I'm harsh, I'm over the top. Fear equals respect. I'm gonna kick you straight in your little baby nut.
When Nader's day with Wes was finally over, he set up a meeting with the franchise's manager.
Is he just putting an act on?
No, that's him. He has no respect for anybody in that restaurant. He does treat his kitchen staff low, but there's no telling Wes.
I need to talk to Sean.
Later, Nader called in the manager and the franchise owner, Sean, to help him confront Wes. The trio tried their best to communicate to Wes that his behavior was unacceptable, but Wes disagreed and expressed that he had no plans to change how he acted and treated others.
I was a little intimidated by you. And you were pretty strong.
I am that way often, but not always.
Kids come in for their second shift, and you still use language that I wouldn't typically use.
I'm not their guidance counselor. I'm their manager.
Problem has to be fixed. I think I would have a better chance at success if we separate.
I'm gone then. I'm not going to change me. I am who I am. Sorry, I'm such a scary monster.
Number 3. Brad from True Value.
Nice to meet you, Lewis.
Nice to meet you.
I'm gonna take you through a normal day here at True Value.
Fantastic.
We're gonna smoke some cigarettes. We're gonna flirt with some women. We're gonna sell some.
I'm sorry, we're going to do what?
The president and CEO of True Value Company, John Hartman, posed as a new employee for his company that is one of the largest retailer-owned hardware cooperatives in the world. He appeared on Undercover Boss to get a more informed perspective of how his companies run day to day. However, John wasn't prepared for what was waiting for him at the store he decided to work in.
Time out. Excuse me, miss. You're looking for nails. Well, you're in the right place. Maybe like a value pack set would help.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice meeting you.
That was great. The customer didn't come to the store looking for a boyfriend.
My goodness. Scrumptious.
I was really concerned that he was going to do something that would require me to take immediate action.
Right out of the gate, Brad made a horrible first impression on John. Things only got worse as John's shift went on, as Brad showed that he was more than willing to slack off when given the chance. Brad was also more focused on their female customers, hoping to get their phone numbers. Brad's behavior was far from appropriate, but he surprised John when he showed throughout the day that he was actually knowledgeable when it came to hardware.
You could strip out your bolts.
Okay.
One of our battery-operated ones, if you're gonna put together something like that.
Brad comes off as a bit of a lazy guy, but then he's knowledgeable. He understands the product. I'm trying to figure him out.
When it was time to reveal his true identity, John reprimanded Brad for how he acted while at work. It would have made sense if John fired Brad right then, but he decided against it. Instead, he offered to act as the young man's mentor.
I'll give it to you straight. Hardware store is not the place where you pick up girls. Our customers are there for one purpose, only to be treated respectfully. I saw a different Brad, and I was really glad that I didn't give up on you in the first 5 minutes. Can I be blunt with you? Isn't there a better Brad somewhere?
He's in there.
Let him out.
Number 4. Keith from Budget Blinds.
Chad, who's the CEO of the company, he kind of took us around, told us what we were getting into type thing.
Keith has no idea who I am. I love it.
Chad Halleck, the CEO and co-founder of Budget Blinds, donned a disguise and started working for his company that is the largest window coverings franchise in North America. He wanted to observe if their systems were being run smoothly and efficiently. Chad began working in his company's franchise in Morris, Illinois under the franchise owner Keith. As they were making their way to a potential client, Keith shared some of his interesting opinions about the company's CEO, not knowing the person he was talking about was sitting right beside him.
And so there's two brothers, two twin brothers, very different personalities. Brent's kind of just go with the flow type thing, more laid back. Chad is, I think, more serious, more set in his ways. He's all Hollywood, and we kind of make fun of that.
Despite being insulted by an employee, Chad chose not to react to it and continue with their work. Chad watched as Keith spoke to their prospective customers about what products they were looking to buy.
We're going to be looking at some window coverings
Yeah,
today.
this room and in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you guys have a product in mind that you were thinking about doing?
I think Keith is really good at asking questions.
Would you see yourself as...
But there's sometimes too many questions.
Or you leaning more towards a...
And too many choices.
There's a huge variety of colors.
Sometimes less is more in sales.
Chad noted that while there were some good aspects to Keith's sales technique, the franchise owner seemed to be trying too hard. And that may be the reason why he wasn't getting as many sales as he should be.
This is taking way too long. 2 rooms shouldn't take you longer than an hour, and that's driving me nuts. Today's consultation appointment opened my eyes to the fact that these franchisees may need a lot more design experience.
After they left the customer's home, Chad asked Keith about his approach to sales and if that was what corporate taught him to do. Keith continued to talk negatively about the CEO and pointed out the things he believed were flaws in how the company was run.
Chad, our CEO, I think his background is marketing, so that's kind of his baby. Pretty rigid guy. He doesn't take suggestions too well without getting overly defensive.
I don't think I'm defensive. I think I actually know what I'm talking about, and I've got incredible logic and rationale to support the decisions we make.
Number 5. Andrew from United Van Lines.
One of my buddies was like, hey, I got a job for you if you want. It turned into like a year later. I'm still doing it. I've just made some poor decisions over time. I'm trying to get back. The goal is, all right, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life.
CEO of United Van Lines, Rich McClure, went undercover at his moving and relocation company. He wanted to gain insight on the state of their employees and learn how to serve their customers better. Rich started at his new job with Andrew, who he found out is only working there to save up enough money and find a better job. As they progressed through the day, Rich was shocked by an interaction he witnessed between Andrew and the warehouse's general manager, Brian.
That wouldn't make any sense. What's up?
I need to National Weather Service.
He's going out this afternoon?
Yeah, they changed it from tomorrow to today.
Mind asking Mo?
Okay.
He doesn't know anything. Just because he's a general manager doesn't mean he knows what I do from a day-to-day.
Andrew's conversation with his boss was very short. He told him he couldn't do the job.
Rich was confused about how Andrew just casually refused work that was being assigned to him by his boss. Later, Rich and Andrew talked more about Andrew's experiences working for the company.
Do you think there's opportunity here?
I mean, it still doesn't run like it should. I don't have a good gauge on what, what they're doing here. Because all I heard about was how terrible this agency was.
Really? You like working with this kind of stuff?
Not
this
really.
Is product. You don't like this as much?
It's just boring.
Thinking he was just talking to a coworker, Andrew didn't hesitate to criticize the way the company and the facility he was working at was run. At the big reveal, Rich confronted Andrew about his attitude and how he refused a task that was being assigned to him just because he didn't want to do it.
I observed a situation where your boss called you and asked you to do a task, and you asked him to have someone else go do that job.
I mean, it honestly happens a lot more than you would think in a warehouse.
Does it? But it's not often you hear someone say no to their boss, and so I was surprised.
Rich let Andrew know that his behavior was unsatisfactory. Rich offered the young man some advice. Then, instead of doing something drastic like firing him, Rich made an agreement with Andrew and encouraged him to change the way he viewed the job and how he acted at work.
Here's what I'd like to do. You know, for the next year or so, I'm going to check in with you. We want young, bright, conscientious folks who are committed, so I'm going to call you periodically. And, you know, don't just complain, be proactive.
Yeah.
Think that'd be good advice?
Yeah. I mean, that all sounds fine to me. I'm perfectly willing to comply.
Not all employees are this terrible. Click now to see the best employees ever on Undercover Boss.